Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tearing apart a really dense technical blueprint and rebuilding it into clear, actionable knowledge for you.
We are. And today, we're not just looking at content. We are analyzing the almost surgical process that transforms 5 digital documents into a high-powered, measurable marketing asset.
Okay, so what's our source material for this one?
It's the detailed strategic offering from a company called Momentum Media Advertising. Specifically, we're looking at their blog and article writing package.
So if you ever wondered how professional agencies really turn content into, cold, hard ROI, this deep dive is your shortcut.
Exactly. Our mission today is to understand the entire life cycle of this kind of content, not just the writing part.
Right, but the strategy, the intense quality control, the optimization, and crucially, the performance measurement that makes this whole thing work.
So let's start with the facts, just to establish the caliber of this service. The whole package costs $1,500.
$1,500.
Okay. And it's highly respected. It has a 4.68 out of 5 rating, and that's based on 19 customer reviews. So that tells us right away we're looking at a premium service.
Yeah, and the demand indicators really back that up. The sources say there's significant market interest for services sold in just the last 8 days.
And this is key. They actively limit their capacity. They're only accepting 3 new clients this month.
That kind of cap suggests they're prioritizing quality.
Right.
Keeping that high rating over just maximizing their volume. They're selling rigor, not just speed.
That focus on rigor gets really clear when we dissect the deliverables. When you invest that $1,500, what are you actually getting?
You're getting depth. The core deliverable is 5 blog posts or articles. But the specification, that's what matters here.
It is. They promise substantial authoritative content. We're talking 1,500 to 2,000 words each.
That's not a short article. That's a feature-length piece of research.
So that 2,000-word commitment, that's a strategic decision in itself. They're explicitly targeting long-tail keyword authority. I mean, in today's landscape, if you want to rank for complex industry terms and compete with major publishers, you need assets, not just posts. This is an asset-building service. It's designed for SEO longevity.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
But speaking of speed, they promise a 7-day turnaround.
They do.
From research kickoff to final delivery of 5 2,000-word articles. As a client, that sounds incredible. But as an analyst, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Doesn't that compressed timeline risk, rushing things?
Oh, it creates enormous operational pressure, yes. But they seem to offset that risk by immediately streamlining the logistics.
How so?
Project kickoff is scheduled within 48 hours of signing, and a dedicated manager is introduced immediately. That suggests they spend very little time on administrative back and forth.
Do they jump straight into the strategy?
Exactly. And their definition of delivery goes way beyond just a Word document. They include these essential optimization outputs right in the package, which makes the content instantly usable.
Okay, like...
We're talking full SEO optimization, the necessary meta descriptions, ready-made social media snippets, and even featured image suggestions.
The bundled optimization. That's key.
It's so important. It shows they understand that a title written for Google, well, it often looks pretty weak when you share it on LinkedIn or X.
So by providing those platform-specific snippets, the client doesn't have to do any of that follow-up copy editing.
Right. It saves them crucial time and resources.
And before we get to the how behind that 7-day magic, let's quickly touch on the specialties they list. This isn't just generic writing.
No, not at all. They list some really complex, high-value formats, how-to guides, industry analysis, thought leadership, case studies, trend reports.
News analysis, too.
Yeah, and that specialty list is really a statement about their ideal client.
Meaning?
Meaning if your content needs deep expertise, whether you're trying to establish authority with a complex educational piece or leverage data in a trend report, they're positioning themselves as the go-to for serious B2B or maybe high-niche B2C content.
Okay, let's break down the strategic process then. How do they actually deliver this kind of quality in just 7 days? They say it's built on 3 core pillars.
Right. And the first pillar is the absolute bedrock, strategic content planning. They don't just ask, so what should we write about?
No.
They begin with comprehensive topic research and analysis, and it's tied directly to crucial keyword research and a formal SEO strategy.
And you can see the sophistication in the context they gather. They're doing competitor content analysis, so identifying what the client's rivals are already ranking for, and detailed target audience profiling.
This is how they ensure the content isn't just authoritative, but it's strategically targeted to fill specific gaps in the market.
And, I guess, to steal search visibility from the competition.
That's the goal. And this foundational work, which they do on days 1 and 2, it's non-negotiable. If the planning is flawed, the content will fail no matter how well written it is.
Okay, so that sets the stage for Pillar 2, which is the operational heart of the system, professional content creation and quality assurance.
And the commitment here is pretty intense. We're talking expert research, fact-checking, and a guarantee of 100% original, plagiarism-free content.
And the time allocation is aggressive. So days 1 and 2 are research and planning.
Right.
Then the writing and optimization has to be done entirely on days 3 and 4. That's 2 full days to produce 5 high-authority articles. That's only possible with a very specialized team, right?
Very organized team structure, yeah.
Yeah.
But the real operational rigor comes in on day 5. That day is dedicated solely to quality assurance.
They list explicit steps for it.
They do. Professional editing, plagiarism checking, fact verification, and an SEO score analysis. The fact they separate editing from writing and dedicate a full day just to pure verification, it speaks volumes about their commitment to accuracy.
That fact-checking step must be where a lot of time goes.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're writing a complex industry analysis or a case study, one misplaced data point can undermine the entire piece. That reliance on fact verification probably explains how they maintain a 4.68 rating.
They also build in some client flexibility with a revision policy. 2 rounds of revisions for each piece. Now, given the speed and complexity, is 2 rounds actually enough?
It's a calculated trade-off. 2 rounds forces the client to be decisive with their feedback.
Okay, so it prevents scope creep.
Right, and it keeps that tight 7-day schedule on track. It also implies their initial client briefing must be extremely effective to minimize any mismatches in tone or direction from the start.
Got it. Now for Pillar 3, content optimization and multi-format delivery. This is where the content is maximized for its lifespan, for its performance.
Yep, and here we see the classic optimization tactics: strategic keyword placement, header tag optimization, and establishing a robust internal linking strategy.
That internal linking strategy is so critical for SEO authority, but it requires deep knowledge of the client's existing site architecture, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests the onboarding process has to have some kind of technical integration element, not just a creative brief.
And they mention integrating a call to action. In a 2,000-word thought leadership piece, that requires a lot of subtlety. You're not going for a hard sell.
No, absolutely not. This confirms their goal is soft lead capture, subscribing to a newsletter, downloading a white paper, which aligns perfectly with that authoritative niche they target.
What's really impressive here, though, is the added value of repurposing.
Oh, this is fantastic. The deliverables include newsletter versions, PDF downloads, which are perfect for lead magnets.
And specific guidance on content repurposing. So they're ensuring the client gets maximum mileage out of that $1,500 investment.
It turns 5 articles into maybe 15 to 20 immediate marketing assets across different channels.
So we've covered the what and the how. Now for the crucial part, the why it works, which is all about measurement and evidence.
Absolutely. If this content is a marketing engine, you have to track its fuel and output, so they close the loop with performance tracking.
Analytics setup, monitoring, engagement metrics.
SEO, performance analysis, conversion tracking, and the all-important ROI measurement. If the results can't be tied back to dollars and cents, the service is just an expense.
And the results do speak for themselves. The case studies have some really concrete evidence. Sari Johnson, a marketing director, reported her blog traffic increased by 300% within 3 months.
300% in 3 months. That suggests their keyword research was not just accurate, but that they found terms with low competition and high search volume, a very difficult balance to strike.
Then there's Rachel Thompson. Her organic search traffic doubled in 6 months. But more importantly for the bottom line, her conversion rate from blog readers went up by 150%.
See, that 150% conversion jump is the ultimate proof point.
Why that one specifically?
Because it means the content wasn't just attracting random visitors, it was attracting the right audience, perfectly priming them for those integrated calls to action. It validates the entire strategic planning pillar.
And then, Michael Chen's feedback confirms the qualitative side. The content established his company as a thought leader, which proves that the deep dive format works for market positioning.
Right. But if the rating is 4.68, there's obviously some nuance in the client satisfaction. Let's dig into the 4-star reviews for a second. They tell us a lot about the trade-offs.
Okay, so Eric Turner's 4-star review mentioned a slight delay but outstanding content, and he specifically attributed it to extra fact-checking.
And that single line gives us critical insight into their operational priorities. They are clearly willing to break their 7-day promise to ensure absolute accuracy.
Which, in the world of high-stakes thought leadership, accuracy trumps speed every time.
And the client recognized that. He converted a potential complaint into a compliment about their rigor.
And what about the other 4-star reviews? They mentioned needing minor tweaks or tone adjustments initially.
Right, from a few different clients. They all praised how quickly things were fixed, but the initial need for tweaks suggests the hardest part of the process is often the subjective element.
The brand voice.
Exactly. The tone adjustments suggest that while their audience profiling might be technically sound, transferring that internal brand voice to an external writer is the single biggest point of friction.
So the 2 revision rounds are there to fix that exact problem.
It seems so, to guarantee satisfaction despite that minor initial hurdle.
So this $1,500 package, it's clearly positioned as a high-velocity tactical execution service, but it sits within a wider ecosystem of marketing investment.
It does. When you look at their related services, you see the context. Off-page SEO and digital PR is $2,000. Website design and development is $5,000.
That promotional video production is nearly $5,000, even on sale.
So this contextualizes that $1,500 price point. It's the cost of high-quality, strategically engineered content execution that fits into a broader, much more expensive digital presence.
So to synthesize all this for you, professional article writing today isn't a creative writing exercise. It's a highly structured, measurable 7-day strategic cycle.
It starts with deep competitor and keyword analysis, integrates intense quality control, delivers multi-format assets, and finally, reports on ROI.
It's marketing engineering disguised as writing.
Which brings us to a fascinating final thought, and it's based on their pricing structure. So the execution service is $1,500 for 5 posts, but look at the optional add-ons.
An additional content strategy plan for $500.
And a content audit for $400.
That's a significant split. So while the $1,500 execution package has baseline strategic planning pillar 1, the market assigns a separate and substantial value to really deep, dedicated pre-planning.
The $500 pre-planning, and the $400 complex retrospective analysis.
So here's the thought to leave you with. Consider this in your own work. What aspects of your current projects need a dedicated $500 strategy plan, that pure, complex planning component?
Versus just needing the $1,500 worth of disciplined, high-velocity strategic execution. That pricing breakdown shows you precisely where the agency and the market believe the most intellectual and operational difficulty really lies in digital marketing.
A profound way to think about resource allocation. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.